Further debate? The member for Toronto Danforth.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, it's a real pleasure to rise in support of this bill from my colleague, the member from Essex. What can I say, Speaker? This is a great bill. For those who have been around for a little bit of time, this is Groundhog Day, right? Yeah. I went back and I read my notes when we first debated this bill, and I was so good. I urge all of you to read Hansard, because I just nailed it. But having said that, I wasn't as good as the Conservative opposition. They were so much better than me. Oh man, they were fantastic. The language they used, it was poetry. It was Shakespeare in the legislature. That's what it was. So today, for those who were here, it's a lot like Groundhog Day. You know, it's Punxsutawney Phil, it's not Wired and Willie, but it's still the same thing going on. This government looking after itself, making sure that it will be able to put whatever ads it wants on whatever medium it wants to praise itself to the heavens with the hard-earned money that people actually put into making sure they have schools that function, hospitals that don't have people in the hallways. That's what people want. They don't want government spending their money on advertising to praise them. And the only speaker we've had so far is the member from Willowdale, who I have a lot of respect for. He was given a tough job. He did his best. But I have to say that my sense, my intuition, and maybe one of the other members can correct me on this, my sense is the government may not support this really good bill from its current Solicitor General. Could be that they won't do it, and it would be the height of something. Now, I don't know what it would be the height of. Maybe, Speaker, you can think of a word that I can't say here, but I think it would be the height of something to ignore a bill that was so powerfully put forward by the Solicitor General in her time. She was fabulous. I have nothing but praise for her performance as a member of the opposition. Speaker, the member didn't just bring the bill forward, she brought it back again in the spring of 2018, twice, and she put out a press release, and I have to read it because, again, it was poetry. It is undervalued, and it should be taught in school. The PC party is committed to restoring Auditor General oversight of government advertising, but last time the Liberals voted down this legislation. Reintroducing this important legislation is a second chance for the Liberals to do the right thing and ensure that taxpayer dollars are respected and ensure oversight is to the Auditor General, said Jones. Man, so good. So good. I'm hoping the House Leader will go with it. I mean, you have to be moved by those words, House Leader. You have to feel, yeah, you are going to vote for this because you can't resist. It's this inexorable draw into supporting the bill from my colleague, the member for Essex, a brilliant man who knows how to filch a piece of legislation, cross out the old name, put his name on it, and whack it down on the table and say, yes, that's what we're going to do. Speaker, I've run out of time, and there's so much good material here. I'm really sorry. If I had another half hour, I would go through it because I know you would all find it tremendously educational. Thank you.
Further debate?
We've all been good today.
Further debate?